Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today we're going to take a quick look at this 2020 Chevrolet LT-RS Sonic that I've borrowed from my friends at Red River Chevrolet. And my friend Diane, the Corvette lady, has another friend who is interested in this model. And they actually called her up and said, hey, do you still have that little red sports car, you know, the Rally Sport, at the dealership? And they were referring to this car. Remember, I only pick on my friends, so I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or anything like that, but I kind of wonder, how sporty is this little car? Well, maybe we'll find out on the test drive. I know it's not really a literal sports car, but you know what? It is fun to drive. The handling characteristics are great. It has a reasonable amount of storage space and interior space for driver and passengers, considering its size. Not too terribly bad. And we'll take a quick look at everything. We'll look at the interior and exterior and also talk a little bit about what's under the hood. Under the hood is the 1.4 liter four-cylinder that's backed to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And I'll give you all the numbers on the screen as far as horsepower, torque, MPGs. Now that's one thing that's very impressive about this little model. It gets spectacular gas mileage. But one thing that I have to say is interesting. Normally, I love to see the struts to help raise the hood when you open it up. Now, I'm not surprised that that's not here. I wouldn't expect to see the struts here on this little Sonic. However, here's something I think is very nice. A very nice and clearly marked, easy to find area to mount the little strut or pole, whatever you want to call that, to hold the hood up when you open it yourself. Of course, that's all done manually, but I do like the fact that that's very easy to find. It's in a very convenient location. Something as a car guy that I like to see on a vehicle, just something to make things a little bit easier. It is kind of interesting. You really can't call it a sports car because it only has single exhaust here on the rear. Of course, I guess you could change that bumper out or maybe modify it a little bit to put dual exhaust on. I don't really know. But as you can see, there is the RS badge. And this is actually quite a fun little car to drive. A new driver would be great with this. Maybe somebody who's looking to save some gas money and just wants a car that's very easy to get around. And the exterior color is red hot and it has jet black interior. And if you're curious to know what size those rims are, 16 inches. That is correct. I'm not gonna measure those for you. Maybe I should start doing that in my videos just so we can show people what these things are and if they really are 16 inches or whatever, because I've had people who want to correct me on that sometimes, even though I get my information directly off of the window sticker. But of course, as you can see, we're taking a quick look at the headlights. You've got the fog lights on the lower portion of the bumper there. Another RS badge on the grille, and there are LED daytime running lights, and the hood actually looks kind of sporty. We'll definitely give it an A+ on that. And something I haven't seen on too many cars as of late. Do you see what it is? It's the little squirters right here. I haven't seen those on a hood in a really long time. The squirters for the windshield washer fluid, but there they are on this little car. And of course, you do have multiple safety features. I will list those on the screen for you as we take a look at the power heated side view mirrors. That is correct. These are heated side view mirrors. Now, they don't fold via a button. They manually fold though if you need to fold those in, but this being such a small car, I cannot imagine that you would need to do that. And this is a 5-door vehicle. We'll take a quick look back here at what you have in the rear. Of course, you do have a roof spoiler here, a little more sportiness there, I would say, plus the rear windshield wiper for the rear window. And we'll open this up real quick, give you the numbers on cargo. You've got your cover right here. That's actually called a cargo shade, not a cargo cover, at least based on the information that I was given on this model. And you do have a little additional storage right there. I'll put the numbers on the screen so you'll know exactly what you have, and you can remove this if you so desire to do so. Let's see if I can get that back in there one-handed. Hey, what do you know? I did that. Now, it's not a power door back here or lift gate, whichever you wish to call it. This is actually listed as a door. Like I said, a 5-door model. Okay, and if you're wondering, just to show you, you don't have capless fuel fill, you just have an old-fashioned gas cap right there. Tell me which one you like most, guys. Do you like the gas cap or the capless fuel fill? And I do like the look here. You don't have the door handle on the rear doors as you do on the front. By the way, there is passive entry here, so you have the remote on your person. You push that button, you can lock and or unlock the doors. And just real quick while I'm thinking about it, here is your remote. Notice you also have remote start, also keyless start in the interior. Now, back to my thought earlier. Make sure we stay on track here. No door handle right here on the rear doors. It's actually up here. Gives it kind of a clean look. I do think that looks pretty nice. So we will hop inside. And one thing real quick before we do, you can lower these seats, as you can see right there, both sides, to maximize cargo space. Not terribly bad on the numbers for cargo space in this model. And while this is not an overly spacious back seat, for a little compact car like this, it's not too bad. I actually have a decent amount of headroom. You'll just have to take my word for that because I don't want to mess the shot up. There's a cup holder right there and a 12-volt power outlet that you could buy an adapter for and turn that into a USB. And as we take a look from the passenger side, you do have, believe it or not, this is a two-way adjustable passenger seat. So that means you can slide it back and forth or move the position of the seat back itself. And just a quick look at the interior from this point of view. And by the way, being the RS or the Rally Sport version, of course, that's going to include the red trim around the floor mats, not only here in the front, but also in the rear as well. Take a quick look at your glove box here. Got a decent amount of space in there for whatever you want to store. I'll take that out so you can just kind of see into there a little bit better. Tour of the interior, and like I said earlier, you do have a push button start here. As you can see, there is the dashboard and of course steering wheel mounted controls. You have cruise control and all the typical features and functionality that you might expect to find here. One thing that I thought was interesting is that you do have a button to lock and or unlock the buttons here on the door where you would expect it. But also you have a couple of buttons right here to lock and or unlock the doors as well. I guess it depends on if you're predominantly right-handed or left-handed. Hey, not a bad little feature by Chevrolet. Probably a bit on the unintentional side, but just something that I thought was noteworthy and kind of funny. And of course, there's the controls for your headlights. You can turn that all the way to the right and they will work automatically. And of course, you do have an infotainment screen here. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are on this model. And of course, you can go in, let me just go to a couple of different things here. You've got your radio settings and everything there. Here under settings, you can go in and make quite a few changes to the vehicle. Take a look at your apps, turn some things on and off depending on what you want to do. And here you have valet mode. How many people are going to go valet their Sonic? Well, tell me if you do and make a video out of it. But here's how you use valet mode in case you want to know. You're going to put in a code, hit it twice like that, and then it's going to be locked. And so then you hit OK. And now it's in valet mode. Very easy. So if you valet your Sonic, well, that would actually be quite an interesting video. Could be a viral video, and that's how you unlock it right there. Now keep in mind, if you do actually use valet mode on your Sonic, keep in mind that every single time you set it, you don't have to use the same code, but you will have to re-enter a code every single time. But once you get out of valet mode, well, then you can change the code immediately because it doesn't memorize the code you used previously. And just a quick look, of course, you have the air conditioning controls. There is your shifter, and you do have 2 USB ports right there if you need to take advantage of those, and who doesn't in this day and age. And just a quick look down here at your cup holders. A little bit of what we already saw from the rear. And just to make sure I give a complete review of this Sonic, we're going to cruise up here on the road. It's not going to be as easy to do this as I had wanted to. There's nobody behind me, so I can kind of slow down a little bit. But I wanted to show you how well this Sonic handles. So we're going to zoom on up to the speed limit a little bit here. It's going to look kind of funny to be coming up on some of the slower moving traffic in a Chevrolet Sonic. But just to show you, it handles those corners really well. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that the way I really wanted to. There's even better corners coming up the road here. But I can tell you that this little Sonic is actually quite a fun little car to drive. If you're looking for something that has good technology, is fun to drive, very maneuverable, gets great gas mileage, and honestly is not going to break the bank when it comes to monthly payments, or if you just want to pay cash for it. It's quite a great deal. So as we pull back up here to Red River Chevrolet, I got to thank my friends at the dealership, and especially my friend Diane, the Corvette lady, for getting me into this model for the day. And of course, all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. As always, guys, I appreciate it. And tell me what you want to see me feature here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel. If I can get my hands on it, I most certainly will. So just tell me what you want to see. And if you have a vehicle locally here in the Shreveport-Bossier area and you want to see me feature it here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel, tell me about it and I'll make that happen for you guys. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.